that's all you really need to know about the details of the metadata. Using this photo from the RoseMap website, I will discuss how Kenneka Jenkins' body was discovered with my evidence. So right in this area here, I do see blood that is on the outside of the door. In this region here, I see a lipstick on a piece of saran wrap. However, the lipstick has been tampered with and blurred out from other photos, so I'm going to say that this is a discrepancy. In this region here, you can see that the drywall is flaking off and there is all sorts of white specks on the floor, and this is what I very believe that was in Kenneka's hair. I also see a blood spot that is on the outside of the freezer door. It is on the outside edge of the door a little bit. So her body was pretty close to the edge of the door. I do see a marking on her shoe, which I believe is an imprint, and dirt was left on her shoe as they were clean before she entered this freezer. I do see a piece of ice, and I am questioning that so much that I contacted a freezer company who informed me with a picture that I showed them of this, that this is not normal for this type of a freezer, as it is thermaled through the cooling system is thermal through the walls to cool it down, and there would never be blocks of ice in there. So I'm very suspect of these blocks of ice that are in here. And on that note, I noticed that there is a dark spot here on her jeans and here, which is looking like it's wet. So I'm questioning if a block of ice was placed on her body. There are pieces of ice that are in the freezer this shape, but not close to her body. So did they really cool her body down with ice? And it was never really frozen. In this area here, I see blood. So what I'm going to do now is go over to the foot, and I once again see particles on the floor in this region here on her foot. I see bruising on her foot and toes, and along here I see more bruising, especially in this region of her foot.
Looks broke.
And I also see an abrasion here and an abrasion here. So I'm going to zoom into these areas for you. So like I said, her shoe is loose in this shot. There is no other indications of blood on the foot except for dirt and an imprint left from dirt. And over here, so I'll just get a little closer in for you. You can see the particles on her foot here and the abrasions. More dirt, like I'm just moving in so you can see closer. And the imprint. And I do not believe, because somebody emailed me this, is it from the black on the floor? I would not say it is, because I've seen a lot of markings that could indicate dirt that are on the bottom of the shoe. I mean, it could very well be, but with her other shoe, it's on the outside, and it's the one that is thrown off. So unless she was struggling and rolling around, maybe. But I believe it could be dirt. So right here, I think that this may be blood because of the coloration. Upon looking closer near her leg, I am questioning if this is blood, and I'll zoom in and tell you why I think that.
Oh yeah. And the particles. Mm-hmm.
As you can see, there is a redness here that looks pretty fresh, and then the darkness. To me, that's an indication from when I see in crime scenes pools of blood and thick blood. So this one might have been from a deep cut pooling out here, and that's why it's darker. And then you can see it's running down, and it's still fairly fresh.
Yeah, I see that.
In this pocket here, what I noticed is her pant is buttoned up compared to other photos that I've been analyzing. Moving along in this photo here, I have seen it in other photos. It's a piece of cardboard with a spot of blood, and this could be potentially blood here around it, but I'll zoom in and you can maybe give me your thoughts on that. Moving into this area, I see a penny and various pieces of saran wrap or plastic here, and what I want to talk about also is the indications of the blackness on the ground, which is extremely dark, which could be mold or tar, according to the person I spoke to in regards to the freezer. He also did indicate to me that this would not be used or be able to use of the state that it is in. It is an old freezer and it's in poor condition. According to what I have been told by the manager, they are renting this freezer out to a company. And so I don't know if it's been cleaned or not.
To me, that looks like the black spot in the middle looks like doo-doo, and this where it says penny looks like a log of doo-doo as well.
Very unhealthy. I believe that this is a green garbage bag. I'm not too sure.
She thinks it's a garbage bag. What I think is a piece of doo-doo.
Is over here, and it is undone. And I will zoom into the penny area here.
That looked like doo-doo to me.
So there is the penny underneath the bag a little bit, and you can see the plastic a little bit closer. And her shoe region here, what you can see is her shoelaces are undone. There is no blood inside her shoe.
Right.
So if the cuts became on her shoe, it might have been from the force, and where they are located, it's just too low down. So that's why you don't see any blood.
No,
on the
if
top.
she was pulling her shoe off, the blood would have got up there, though.
That I believe is dirt, and talking to my lab expert, she actually believes it's dirt too, and not from the floor. In this region here, I see blood drops here and a dime, and so I will zoom in.
Yeah.
Blood drop there.
This girl sure is bleeding a lot.
There, in the circle,
for nothing
and
to be
there
wrong
in the
with
circle
her.
that is
Just
close
to freeze
her body.
to death, no?
And as you can see,
sorry, I'm talking over
it is not black. You can almost see the red tinge.
I see it.
It looks like maybe the floor, but I am familiar with blood that is on the floor from other crime scenes, and it looks still fairly fresh. It is getting darker, which is an indication that it is aged a bit. And that's what blood does.
But if it's been so many hours, it should have been aged already. You know what I'm saying? Let me go let my dogs in.
And this is the dime that I've circled. These are my findings on this picture, DSC0036.
So make sure you follow Tay. She's awesome.
Like I said,
she's confirmed basically everything I've said.
Or remove my
love y'all.
watermark. And